So hello everyone, today we are going to look at creating or making of isometric figures. Isometric figures are like the ones you're seeing on the screen currently. These are letters that appear like they have been dug to the surface, and this is quite easy. So we are going to start, and the first thing you're going to do, I'm going to clear my screen by deleting everything. There you go. And the first thing you're going to do, you're going to go to document properties, and we are going to disable the, how is this called? We are going to disable the we're going to disable the border, show page border, and we are going to enable the grids because they'll be quite important. And as you can see, I've enabled the grid, but apparently they are too small, so I'm going to increase the spacing to 10 millimeters right here. Let me change it to 10 millimeters. 10 millimeters, and I'll advise you to change your figures to look like my figures right here, because I think this has the standard units for Inkscape. And let's press enter. It's not changing, so let me change it to something even bigger and see how it behaves. Okay, it has changed. Let's close that and come to our grid system. And the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to make sure the grid system is zoned to 1:1, okay, and there we go. So we're going to use it in that form, that way. So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to pick our Bezier pen here, or you can simply click B on your keyboard, and we're going to start. So we're going to cover the letters, and make sure you've enabled this tool right here, snap to notepad, which will enable you to snap to the corners of the grid system, which will be quite helpful. So the purpose of the grid is let me see. Okay, so the purpose of the grid is to enable us to effectively, especially because you're going to deal with letters. So let's begin. So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to draw letter C. So I'll snap it to the corner, then I'll drag it 5 boxes. Okay, let me show you that. So I'll snap it to this corner, and I'm going to count 5 boxes up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to that point. Then I'll snap it there. I'll go 3 boxes to the left, snap it there, 1 box to the bottom, snap it there, then go back. So what we're going to do is just going to trace a path, which is quite easy. We are almost done with our C. This is quite easy, it's self-explanatory, so there's no need of me explaining a lot, and we press enter. So there we go, that's our C. We are going to skip one grid and trace our O. Snap it there, and finally there, hit enter. Then draw the inner part of the O. This is quite easy, self-explanatory, so I don't need to explain a lot. And we'll draw the L. So as you can see, I'm following a specific grid. I'm not just going in here. That's the purpose I told you to enable the gridding. That's the L. And finally, let's finish with an O. The last letter be an O. Let's use only 4 letters. 4 letters will be good. We wouldn't have to work a lot. You can also do this if you wanted to do it using numbers. and it will still work. I also think you can do this using diagrams. It will still work. So there we go, finally we're done. So what you're going to do, we're going to select our tool here, select transform by paths, and let's convert this to a shade of let's see which will be perfect. Let's use this color here. And the first thing you're going to do is going to click and drag over all of it so that it's selected, and I'm going to give you that color. Sorry, I didn't select C. Give you that color, and apparently there we go. Then the next thing you want to do, you want to remove these figures in here so that you can remain with a hollow O. So what you're going to do, you're going to click on the inner figure, then press shift on your keyboard and click on the outer one so that both are selected. Go to path and go to difference. It has been cleared. Do the same for the second O. Click on the inner rectangle, then on the outer rectangle, go to path and select difference. There we go. Then the next thing you want to do is to remove the, how it is called, to remove the stroke around the letters. So we are going to go to this area, and we are going to, let's see where we're going to head to. Yeah, so what we are going to do, we're going to press shift on our keyboard and click on this X right here at the corner, and boom, let me call it, the border is gone. Apparently they still on letter O here, like I didn't click it. So boom, it's gone. And so you can see we have our letters there. So the next thing we're going to do, we're going to select our Bezier pen, or by click, you can click on it, but you can simply click B on the keyboard, and we're going to snap it at this corner here, bring it down to that point, then let's bring it to that point here, and we'll snap it there and bring it back here, and finally take it back to the starting point. And after doing that, let's go back to our color. We're gonna give it this shade here, a more concentrated shade of that color, or let's give it this one here at the corner. There we go. Then we come to select the Bezier pen, still come to this point here, click and draw a path. What I'm actually thinking is that I gave it a higher concentration, so I'm going to reduce a little bit more. Let me give it that one, that's better. Come to our tool now, click on that one and select that one. I think that's much better. Yeah, apparently currently you may not be able to see it well, but the more we go on, we'll be able to see what we are doing. So let's go to our O, click on the O, click on the keyboard, select the Bezier pen and trace the path. Sorry for that, I forgot to click here while tracing. So I'm actually going to do small ones and complete the path. Then the same I'll do to this point, so let me do it, where should I do it now? Let me do it here. Actually this actually depends on your preferences, so you can do it whichever point you feel like. Sorry, so let's start from here, then here, and I kind of messed up with the C. I colored it at the wrong place. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to delete this part here, but in the meantime let's continue. give it that fade. Come to this corner here, do the same. But not worry, that's a simple problem which you can easily correct. And I'm sorry for the inconveniencing. So press enter, I had forgotten to, and I'll click there. So let's continue until we finish. So we are done with the drawing, and the next thing we want to do, we want to remove this margin or the boxes or the stroke width. So what you're going to do, click on the figure, click shift on your button on your keyboard and click on X, and it will be gone. So let's do that until we're able to do everything. And there you go. So we're done. Let's zoom in a little bit. So you can see the letters here appear like they have been dug down to the surface, but you may not be able to see them well because of this grid. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to edit, so we need to edit to view, yeah, then go to create a grid, and I'll check on it to disable, and there we go. so you can zoom it in and zoom it out to see them. So I think that's better. So we are done, and this is what isometric letters look like. Let's add a little bit of this background so that they might be seen quite well. So let me draw a rectangle over there. Oh sorry, I used color white. And let me go to select my tool, bring it down there a little bit, and let me raise it up a little bit. And so as you can see, my letters here appear like they have been dug to the surface and they're on the ground. So there you go, and I think I have nothing more to do. So thank you for watching, and see you next time.